Hello and welcome back to another Pretty HD video, and today we've got another career mode episode. We are approaching the very end of Birmingham City career mode. It'll be wrapped up easily now by the end of the month. This is episode 20. This could be the last one, mainly because we are very, very close to the end of the season. We are in 10th at the moment, and there is a poor result, really. I would quite like to finish higher. Genuinely, we're going to get through a lot of games in this episode, so make sure you are ready, make sure you are on your feet. Or sitting down, if you want to relax. We got off to a pretty poor start here against Rotherham, but as we play it back to Reece Brown, it's played into Stewart. Greg Stewart with a wicked shot there. Unfortunately for him, it goes slightly wide, and we go into half-time sharpish because we are editing through this as quick as possible. 0-0 again at half-time. We really need to pick up the game in the league at the moment. 10th just isn't good enough, because I don't think that'll go down as fight for promotion. We don't deserve 10th this year. I think we've played pretty poorly towards the end of the season. And if it wasn't for a very good save, we'd have just been stuffed. And here, I just want my defence to get out as quick as possible. And they just don't.
Get out!
And look, it comes right back at me. But luckily, we managed to win the ball. It's played down the right-hand side. And now, it's chipped back over again. On the right-hand side, we've got Kobe Arthur here. Kobe Arthur into Chatham's. Chatham's! He slotted it into there. We are 1-0 up here against Rotherham, and that is a huge, huge goal to score. In the 75th minute, there probably isn't much time for Rotherham now to get back into it. Of course, there's plenty of time, of course, but nonetheless, look at this! Oh my god, how did that not go in? Solomon Otabel with a gifted chance there on a plate for him, and unfortunately, he just hits it right at the keeper, but it is completely made up for. Is that Keaton Bell? It's Keaton Bell. Yet again, our centre defensive midfielder proves good. He is just amazing at scoring goals in this game, and I don't understand how. And Rotherham get one back. We are in trouble now, but, haha, it was offside. Yep, that was probably the most unusual thing I've ever said. Anyway, Rotherham do get one back, and that just proves there how important the fact that it was offside in the previous one, because they scored 2 goals that game, duplicate shake hands, and then, I mean, if it wasn't for that first one that they scored being offside, we would have been, well, crying right now. Of course, if they'd have scored it, the game could have changed, it could have panned out differently in the end, but we managed to get a 2-1 win, and in the end it ended up being shaky, but we did just enough, and that Keaton Bell goal was just huge. Second goals in games are so important, and that is a true reflection of it. Let's see where we are in the league table now, going into this game against Burton Albion at St Andrews. This is going to be an interesting one to see whether we can continue what we hope is finally the turning around point of the season. 41 games in already, well, 42 now. Look at that, what a start! Donaldson with a just amazing little run from him there. Very intricate play, and he just whacks it into the corner. And yet now we've also won a penalty. We are just starting this game. It's only 25 minutes in and we are tearing Burton Albion apart. Genuinely, look at this. Fabrini here. Brilliant play from our Italian cam. Pulled shirt. I could tell that he was pulling the shirt there. When I was playing with Fabrini here, When I was playing with Fabrini. Seriously. Anyway, when I was, controlling Fabrini, that doesn't even sound much better anyway. But we missed the penalty. Paul Caddis. He's hit wide again. Well, I've hit wide again. I'm really not very good at penalties for some reason on this game. Since the update, I've been rather poor at them, and I don't know why. And the update I'm on about, by the way, is the update before the most recent one. But I don't know why. We just don't seem to score many penalties, which is odd. I think we just need to calm down on them. We need to hit them more in the corner, but not that far in the corner, and maybe put a bit more power on them. Maybe that's the way to do it. Top left, top right, that sort of area. Burton almost get one back, if it wasn't for the post and a very, very dodgy kick from the Burton Albion striker there, which ended up just sort of bouncing off the floor multiple times before hitting the post. Burton would be at 1-1. So, I mean, despite the fact that we had such a good start, we are in the second half and it is still only a 1-0, a slender lead. And a very, very fragile one. We're walking on thin ice, but what a way to make that ice thicker. Look at that goal. Clayton Donaldson, he deserves to pray. People should be praying to him. Forget about him praying to anyone else. That is godly. Genuinely on the touch there. Second touch of that little run, and genuinely it wasn't that good a shot, but it was powerful enough to get past the Burton keeper. Oh my word, genuinely oh my word, what a start to this episode. Burton hit the bar though, so that's 2 hits of the woodwork for Burton in that game. You could say we come off a little bit lucky in the end, but I think we deserve the win. Maybe not a 2-0, maybe only a 1-0 deserved win there. But to score 4 goals comfortably in 2 games, that's really good. Defensively, we've been quite good as well. Although I am feeling if next season we want to try and get promotion, then we need to sort of sharpen up on our defensive skills a little bit, because we will be punished against the better teams. Unfortunately for Burton, they're not quite a better team. But now, here it is. Villa Park hosts Aston Villa versus Birmingham City. This is the 2 Midlands sides taking each other on. I was about to say mighty Midlands sides then, but not really too mighty anymore. Both teams, in fact. I would say the most mightiest West Midlands side at the moment, you've got to say, is West Bromwich Albion, which really pains me to say, although I don't really have much problem with Albion, personally. But anyway, let's look at the league table. I don't know why it's showing that bit of it. I don't know where we are. I'm presuming we're around 9th now. Wolves, though, they're not doing too well this year, and a lovely black screen there. Brilliant, EA Sports. Don't know what that was all about. It fades eventually into a picture of us. Gary Rowett, as it was called. Little bit awkward. Anyway, Solomon Ottabar on the right-hand side, left-hand side, sorry, plays it into the middle now. Chadams is playing it over to Greg Stewart. Greg Stewart tots it into Solomon Ottabar. Solomon Ottabar on the turn there, just sort of guides it towards goal. But it is Villa who take the lead through a very, very well-worked goal. Bernard. They've got Bernard. Yep, they've got Bernard. What a very good finish by the Brazilian central attacking midfielder. It was right into the corner, my defence was split open, and unfortunately here, it seems that we might not be able to be in our winning position that we did so well at the start of the season. We won 2-0 against Villa, so, I mean, I'd quite like to try and get a win here, but if we can't, we are at Villa Park, remember, we are outnumbered. They're 44,000 capacity stadium, I think. We've probably only taken about 5,000 there, so, I mean, at the end of the day, if we can't win this game, it would be disappointing, but anything can happen in derbies, and Villa are, almost certainly in this game at least, a very, very good team. That makes it sound really harsh on what they're like in real life, but they are there or about in the top areas of the Championship. They are going for automatic promotion. They probably will get automatic promotion. And they take a 2-0 lead, their lead doubles, and you really start to see now the difference between the two sides. We won 2-0 against them in the start of the year, but to be honest, it's a poor corner to concede. I mean, a well-worked corner for them, but a really poor corner to concede. We shouldn't be letting the ball fall down in the area like that and not saving the day. And when you've got shots like that, you're just not going to win.
Cock.
And I mean, like, at the end of the day, we get one chance here. Chadham's reverse pass. And there we go! Finally! We break the deadlock. But it is the 90th minute now, and it's Villa with the chances. So I just can't see us getting back into this. But then, a lovely little bit of build-up. It's played in now. We've got it. Here, it's Paul Caddis! Paul Caddis! He's done it! Birmingham City are level with Aston Villa, and what a huge point that is! What a massive draw that could be! Oh my god, what a comeback! Birmingham City are in ecstasy right now because we are level. Right back Caddis, the man who saved Birmingham's position in the Sky Bet Championship so many years ago, has now managed to get them a draw with his weaker foot in an area that you'd expect none other than Che Adams to be. Wow, what a story. How we did that, I'm not quite sure, but I felt like Villa probably deserved the win there, but I don't give a damn because we are at 2-2, and that is what you call cheeky. Probably a little bit fluky as well. And to be honest, despite that only being a point, I feel like that's the biggest point we've ever earned. But look at the table. Oh my god. Look at that! Oh my god! We are in 8th! We, after this brilliant run we've gone on, are in 8th. We are 2 points behind 7th. And 6th are on the same points, I believe, as 7th, Sheffield Wednesday. So, 6th Leeds, 7th Wednesday, 8th Birmingham. We actually could get into the playoffs. I genuinely did not think I'd be saying that this far into the season, at this point in the season. Genuinely, after that Villa game, I thought, when we were 2-0 down, I thought, we're probably not going to get back into this. We'll carry on playing. We'll try. But I'm not too disappointed. Villa are probably a better team than us. They spend a lot more money than us. And at the end of the day, I mean, it's what we expect. We're not going to win all the time. This has been a tough career mode. But I did not expect to get back to 2-2. This has been a very tough career mode. But we get a penalty. We get a penalty. This is huge. If we can get this win here against Huddersfield on the penultimate game of the season, we could go on and actually get into the playoffs. It's not in our hands, not at all, but we've got to do what we can do to see whether we can actually get the win. It's Paul Caddis. He lines up. It's Caddis! Oh my word! Where's it gonna go? And it's saved! No! 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 This game has been so tough. This game against Huddersfield, I didn't like Huddersfield's play style at all. I didn't like the way they were playing. And we've just threw away the biggest opportunity of the game. A penalty kick that never really works like that, does it, really? You never get a penalty kick like that. Not in any game. And I could just feel this game. It was one of them, like from a few months back now, when we went on that really bad losing spree where we lost about 4 in a row. I was just thinking, it's just like one of them games where it's going to be 0-0, then in the 90th minute, they're going to snatch the 1-0 win. And no matter what we were doing, we just couldn't get a decisive, clear chance. And there was a lot of chances, a lot of corners, but none of them seemed like, yeah, that is the chance that we're going to score from, if you understand where I'm coming from. We get a lot of corners here. There's a series of corners which leads to this chance. And you can see I do speed up the footage a little bit, because we get one chance here. Magoma plays it in. It's knocked back out again. It's saved and then cleared. And yet again, we get another corner, probably about the 5th corner in a row. Donaldson now, he plays it back down the left-hand side. Donaldson on the left-hand side, he whips it in, it's a low cross. Roldan, he's met it. Our youth player has scored his first ever goal, and it is a massive one. I was on the edge of my seat, not the edge of my seat, I was flying. I was genuinely in Wonderland. Genuinely, I could not believe that I'd managed to get a goal with Roldan of all people. This is just amazing. This story is unbelievable. Roldan, he's been after a goal for a few months now. He's finally got it on one of the most important days of the season. And all I can say is, I wonder where that leaves us in the table. You'll have to find out next episode. Make sure you stick around for it. Oh my god, my heart is pumping right now. The final day of the season. It comes down to the final day of the season. That never happens to me on career mode. It's going to be an exciting one. Stick around for it. Subscribe if you're new. Like that video down below, because this has been an absolutely fantastic episode. And I will see you in episode 21.